So Primordial Legends Hollow Hero, third-person action-adventure game with a feisty combat wombat as our main protagonist. The running joke in our community is God of Wombat, so if you're a fan of God of War, Legend of Zelda, even a little bit of Banjo-Kazooie old-school platforming mechanics in there, then that's basically what you get with our game, all slapped together with a hint of Australian vibe, naturally. So. For us, we knew we were working, this is very much a passion project, and we've been working full-time at other jobs as well. But as a team, we met together at university and we had a passion for similar games. At the time, we were deeply in love with the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and just sort of action adventure, high fantasy epics and stuff like that is something that we've always appreciated. That we felt we weren't really seeing much in the Australian game scene, so we kind of just decided, well, we'll just do it ourselves. And that's what we've been aiming to do with this project and the Primordials license as a whole. So this game we started just before COVID, so by the time it comes out we'll have technically been working on it for 5 years. I say that with technically, we've only been working on it every Sunday and maybe a night here and there outside of our full-time work. So if you consider that there's 52 Sundays in a year, then realistically we've only really put about a year of full-time work into it, and for what we've managed to be able to produce, which is what we're hoping is about 10 to 15 hours to 100% the game, we're pretty happy with what we've managed to do for that.
Yeah, and Primordial Legends, you was talking about that, taking that, so has that been the same timeline, or what's that look like?
Yeah, so Primordial Legends for us is the equivalent of the Elder Scrolls, and then Hollow Hero is the equivalent of Skyrim. So when you see Primordial Legends, that's something that we want to build into something that's much larger than just this game. We're interested in the idea of building a universe around this content. Hollow Hero just happens to be our first step into that content, if that makes sense. With this game, people can play it and they can go through Brunt's story, who's our main character, and they can get a beginning, middle and end, and it's a nice contained story, and happy days they've experienced it and they never need to look at it ever again if they so choose. For those that are interested, we have over 100,000 years of established lore, and as you start to explore the world and getting secrets sorted out and stuff like that, you realise that there's so much more beneath the surface, that for theory crafters and stuff out there, they'll start to really realise that there's a lot more to this world than what we show just on the surface when you're playing through this game. It's been awesome. Naturally, everything sort of starts out as, sort of grey boxy and stuff like that. You start with very grandiose ideas about what you want to achieve, etc., and then reality starts to kick in. Game development's very difficult, and we realise that certain things we wanted to achieve just isn't possible for a team of our size sometimes. But we all have experience making games, so for us it was really important to take what we did know and really push the envelope in that regard in order to build something that's polished. I'm the creative director on this team, but outside of this, my professional role is as an environment, cinematic and lighting artist. And if you look at our game, that's obviously something that we really focused on trying to push to the envelope, and really go further with it and stuff like that. So it's been really awesome to see it progress from something that was just a humble idea with a couple of friends, and turn into a proper official game that we're hoping will have a commercial success. So. For us, basically, we've done PAX here. We're going to go back into the Wombat Burrow, for lack of a better term, and really just finish out the content. A lot of people's kind of been asking, when's this game coming out? We've seen it a couple of times now. We fully appreciate that. We're ready for it to be getting to that point as well. So we're hoping within the next year, if you see us at PAX next year, for example, that we will have the release date at least established, bare minimum release date, this is when it's coming out, etc. So I think that's the next step. The next step is the marketing campaign and getting it to the point where we can finally get it into the hands of people to play, because there's been a lot of people that have been clamouring for a while now waiting, so yeah. PAX has been awesome. I can't feel my feet on my legs anymore. I've been doing all of Melbourne International Games Week, so it's been pretty intense. But the reception's been super awesome. As I mentioned, we've had a few people that have come by that have played it before, and we had a ton of new content and stuff, which was cool. But having new players come through that have never seen it before and kind of going from that perspective has been super awesome. So yeah, PAX is always massive fun. It hurts my feet, but otherwise it's really cool. So no complaints.